Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
At the 35-yard line.
Once more with Harvey. And he stopped immediately there. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Yeah, look at this defense for the Vikings. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better, because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
And a tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Price now to return. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here first. Ten. Looking to put a drive together. Now ETN to start the drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. That one let go deep for Laporta. It's caught at the 10. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. 54 yards.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Here we go, set.
ETN is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw, here's Nix. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is, because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Throwing Nix. Bryant has it. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2nd and 5. Nix going to give to Harvey. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Nix to the air. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Setting up a screen for Harvey. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Now it's Nix. A quick throw there is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Working out of the gun is Nix. Gets it underneath. Here's Harvey. And he will have the Broncos first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
A gain of 1 yard. First down, Denver.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Nix looking to throw again. Out left side here to Bryant. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 8-yard line.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard. Maybe a touch less. Up the middle, it's Harvey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. R.J. Harvey, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll be out right at the 35.
35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 7-7, our score after 1.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. To the air with McCarthy. There goes a deep ball, end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Ty Felton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
For the extra point.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Vikings 14, Broncos 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 45-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Franklin. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Here's Nix. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 28. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
1st down. A gain of 14. 1st down, Broncos.
Nix from the shotgun. Throw left side complete. That's Sutton. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw again. Toward the pylon, caught. That'll bring out 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he was unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. Good slant caught. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
A 20-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in the touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But Did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Now 2nd and 3. Now McCarthy. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he's up to the 47. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Okay, break. Let's go.
Toss left side for Etienne. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Vikings. Travis Etienne with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game.
21. Broncos 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Franklin. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a 1st down.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Denver.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. It's caught by Bryant. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
But this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball. But I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can. And that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the 1st down.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. R.J. Harvey with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Broncos have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-17.
Broncos 17. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
Ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On play action, McCarthy. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Open man, that's Felton. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
Brings up second and
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
70 Lions. 60 check.
On play action, now McCarthy. He lets one go, deep for Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison, 48 yards. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after here coming up. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Vikings 28, Broncos 17. Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
That is caught by Bryant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back to throw now on first down. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Evan Ingram as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead is down to 4.
Makes the score Vikings 28, Broncos 24. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Oh, good return up past the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On the double.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Screenplay, here's ETN. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Broncos' 39-yard line.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. ETN up the middle. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will finish off this third quarter of play.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? To return is Miles Price. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys
shedding the tackler, that gives him some room. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. Straight ahead, ETN. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
And they'll go again with ETN. And he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 28. 95 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Let's go.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll try the left side with ETN. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now a 2nd and 6. Him in stride and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Here's McCarthy. And he rifles one incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run with ETN. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Travis Etienne taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
2nd down and 8. They run straight ahead with Harvey. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Nix to the air. Open man is Bryant. He's got it. And he will have the Broncos first down, and he was able to get it by play. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
To throw, here's Nix. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be second in a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake, Nix. Bryant has it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
A gain of 12. And the Broncos first down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing Nix. Setting up a screen for Harvey. They'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Now it's Nix. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton with career touchdown number 60. And the Broncos are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Broncos 31. Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Bonito in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
3rd and 20. To the air with McCarthy. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Here's Nix. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Franklin. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Harvey now on 1st and 10.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
To throw is Nix. That went out wide and intercepted.
And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Nix's pass intercepted. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready, break.
A handoff for ETN.
Got a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Shut up. 70, Timberwolf. Shut up.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And 4.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Ready. Pass to 60. Pass to 60. Ready.
Throwing is McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last conversion.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Let's go now. Hawk, 7. Ready.
McCarthy off the play fake. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Broncos are right back in this football game. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. 102 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Brings up
2nd down and 4.
at the 36-yard line.
Looking to throw. Nix. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The offense on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Nix. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bates. And he will have a Broncos first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
10 at the 45-yard line.
Working out of the gun is Nix. Throw left side complete. That's Franklin. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
Now a 2nd and 2. Operating from the gun. Here's Nix. That one caught by Cole. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35.
That's good.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Nix to throw again. He'll get that complete to Franklin.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Finding Sutton on the out route who makes the catch. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Out of the gun, they go with Harvey. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here's 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to Make sure everyone is on the same page.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
Back to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. The noise deafening. 4th and goal. They'll go for it. Here's Nix.
And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point.
They'll try and throw for it. And he is in for the 2. I still can't believe they went for it, but they've got themselves a lead here late in the ball game.
Daniel Carlson set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
Here comes 2nd down.
He's back to throw.
That's caught by Addison.
Hey, you got your first down. Get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
It's a gain of 22
And here we are in the
yards.
4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back to throw. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Vikings, 1st down.
A shotgun snap and again to ETN.
And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was just thinking take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout, but instead they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Minnesota, it's a good fifth win for them as they play out the string. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos,
this loss really hurts their playoff chances as they drop to 7-8 with 2 games left.
And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.